Hello everybody, it's Deathern here, and I want to go back to the principal's office.
You miss me?
No.
Back in 2019, I made a three-part series on a review of a short-lived reality show called The Principal's Office. While my review has 95% of information on the show, my review is filled with unnecessary ear rape with lame jokes.
Hey, break it up. Go to class!
How about you kick the girls out and just make it an all-boys school? Maybe you can make Spanky McFarlane from the Little Rascals to be your little assistant.
What you need to understand is this, chicks dig scars.
Okay, the last joke wasn't lame, but did I even do the meme right? Is that meme dead? Now, my review did not blow up, and the show didn't get any more attention than I hoped to be, while the big YouTubers like Drew Gooden and commentary channel Shake Saws gave the show attention by watching clips of the show. So you're like jealous or something? No, not jealous. It's a good thing. Actually, I was the first to talk about it on YouTube though. If I think I was the first. I don't know, was I the first?
Our issue here this evening is a new show on truTV, and it's called The Principal's Office. What a great way to harass kids!
Again, it's great that more people are discovering this show. I remember back when I was watching the clips on YouTube for the first time after remembering as a kid when I first saw a glimpse of the show for like 3 seconds. Their YouTube channel had over 12,000 subscribers, and most of the videos didn't have like twice the views that they have right now. Looking back at my review, despite not blowing up, I'm glad people actually liked it, but I feel it should have just been one video. In fact, I didn't want to have 3 parts. I split them because it was getting too long. The reason why it was too long was because I put a top 10 segment about the same principal in a commentary style like Leafy, or at least I tried to be like Leafy, and I also wasted my time talking about if this show was staged or not. I'm making another review of this show because I do want this to be just one video and that's it, but with more information than what I have from my other review. Before I get on with it, let me talk about the commentary I did on the top 10 segments and the part where I asked the question if the show was staged or not. I also want to talk about the skit from the intro from the first part, but I'll save it at the end. The commentary was kind of mediocre. I mean, it wasn't all bad, but still. Other people could do better commentary than I can, like Shake Sauce. To tell you the truth, some of my commentaries were kind of borrowed from commenters from some of the videos.
Got a set of keys on there. Do you want me to hit you in the head with that?
Well, no, but thank you for teaching me how to make a weapon. I guess I never thought of that. Maybe I can use it for my next riot fight. I'm not sure if that was a shady move, but if it is, I so apologize. You know, instead of a top 10 segment, I should have talked about not just the principal I was talking about in my other review, but 2 other principals and talk about their rules and disciplinary actions from only one clip. That would have been less time consuming. Another thing I want to talk about is whether this show was staged or not. It came to my discovery that I was reading a comment very wrong. This comment right here when I answered the question if the show was staged or not. Let me read it to you. This is from the same guy from this clip. That was real. I'm the worst cheater ever, LOL. They called me in the principal's office for getting written up for yelling at the bus driver, but once I signed the permission to be on TV, I got in the office and she told me I was actually in there for that. The cameraman were definitely egging me on, like, dude, they can't prove anything, don't get caught, LMAO. And then they called my teacher and he hated me already. LMFAOOO, my 5 minutes of fame. Actually 3 minutes, but good for you, man. I don't know why, but I thought he got in trouble for the bus incident, but it turns out he actually did get in trouble for cheating on the test. I'm guessing they were choosing either a cheating student or the bus incident, and they decided to go with the cheating student. But it makes me wonder what happened on the bus. So I guess this comment doesn't prove this show was staged, but even still, some people are saying this show is. So I'm asking the question again. Was this show all staged? Well, honestly guys, I do not care anymore. I'm not going to waste my time again researching to see if this show was staged or not. Even at this stage, it still wouldn't change the fact that this show is enjoyable to watch. I know I'm giving out my thoughts already, but those are the same thoughts from my other review and they still stand. This show is still something you could binge watch. Here's why. Now, what is The Principal's Office? Well, it was a reality show that aired on the channel truTV from 2008 to 2009 for only 5 months. It was produced by Left Field Pictures, the same company that made Pawn Stars. It only aired for 2 seasons and 21 episodes. Now, what is the show about? Well, the title is self-explanatory. It's about high school students, there are also middle schoolers too, but it's mostly high schoolers getting in trouble for like skipping school, cheating, fighting, swearing, dress code, any school rule they break, and getting sent to the principal's office, and watching the students getting disciplined. And that's it. It's a pretty simple concept. You're taking a real-life relatable scenario and turning it into a reality show. There's not a lot of background or development history with this show, but it first aired around the beginning of the 2008 to 2009 school year. So I believe season 1 was shot around the school year before, and season 2 shot around the school year after, according to this article. Also, according to this article, the production company will film the schools for about 1 to 2 weeks after donating to the school department. The show was hosted by Joey Sussman, who I can't find a photo of the guy, and guessing this is the only show he worked on.
Principal Tig called for backup, and then this student downsizes her teacher.
Despite the show's name, sometimes it doesn't take place in the principal's office. It can take place in either hallways, outside, or maybe in another room. According to the credits, each episode usually takes place around 3 to 5 schools. Yes, the show doesn't focus on only one principal. It shows a variety of other principals from different schools around America with different rules and discipline, whether they are fair, unfair, or pretty much ridiculous. An example of a fair principal is from Killington High School, Principal Costello. Any relations to Elvis Costello? He is a loving, calm, and caring principal who loves his students and wants them to succeed. His disciplinary actions are pretty fair. I never heard him in all these clips I watched gave the students an OSS. They're mostly either Saturday or after school detention. When it's really bad, like destruction of school property, he gives them like a few days of ISS. Now, while these other principals have fair rules and discipline, there comes a moment when an unfair moment happens from them. For example, this Urkel-looking principal decides to give a student 3 days of OSS just for disrupting class. Though the principal did say he has been dealing with this student lately, so it's a mystery how many times the student was sent to his office. I feel he should have gotten ISS. Another unfair moment is pretty much debatable. Getting OSS for harassment or maybe verbal abuse to either a teacher, a staff, or even a student. Again, it depends on how many times a student was sent to the office for that action, and also how bad the word is. As some of the clips I watch with verbal abuse situations, it's mostly OSS, while a few have ISS. In this clip, this guy got in trouble for calling his teacher a retard and received 1 day of OSS for it. This D. Reynolds looking principal didn't say he was a regular at our office. The word he said wasn't too derogative, so I think he should have gotten maybe 1 day of ISS instead. Another student from the same school got sent to the office for a homophobic slur to a lesbian. Yes, it was really bad, but I don't think she also wasn't a regular at our office. I think she also should have gotten ISS. I don't know, it's just my opinion. Another unfair moment is where Principal Baldy here disciplined this student for speaking Turkish in class. I'm not making this up, people. There is one discipline that is actually not unfair, but just ridiculous. In fact, I'm not sure if it's legal. It probably is, I don't know. For those who already seen my 3-part review, remember this principal? The principal who doesn't allow long-haired boys and facial hair at his school? Anyway, this student got in trouble for sneaking out of school to get lunch somewhere, and the principal punishes her by working at the cafeteria to teach her how the kids deal with the school lunch they get. Even though she is on board with that idea, but it's still a little absurd. The next one's not a disciplinary action, but I just need to talk about it. According to this Dr. Phil looking principal, if you want to get out of Saturday detention, you get an optional choice of getting your bottoms whacked with a paddle.
And if they are still in agreement, I direct them over to this chair. Then we start here, and I take him 3 licks with a paddle right here.
Was it still legal back in 2008? You'll either agree or disagree on disciplinary actions, or maybe even the school rules. No cell phones during lunch? That's unfair. Giving a kid an OSS for disrupting class? That's unfair. Disciplining a student who keeps wearing spurs in the hallways? Okay, that's fair. The interactions with the students and principals can differ depending on which type of students they are. The rebellious student, the nervous and scared student who is honest, or maybe try to lie his way out of it, or you have the crying kid.
Please don't go long.
There are some good funny moments from the show.
Why do you think that's funny?
Because I'm black.
They're in the bathroom for 30 or 40 minutes. I'm gonna call for an ambulance.
Julio, who would believe that you were Ira Goldberg?
I can't allow you back in.
That's fine then.
I gotta tell you, I'm very disappointed. I am absolutely, I feel sick that I have to send you out.
The most popular one got to be the dirty dancing scene.
So if it's covered like with underwear, what if you put it where to bend over?
Yeah, now you're getting to the kind of dancing that's not okay. Exactly what I'm talking about.
What if I was just tying my shoe and I happen to be standing behind him stretching?
I read that scene went viral after it aired on TV. After watching this clip, you can say to yourself, those kids look like they should have a TV show of their own. Well, believe it or not, Left Field Pictures actually did make a pilot episode for a reality show on the two boys' lives.
We were born in the same town, in the same year, at the same time. Wah! Wah!
I think the network rejected it. There's also another video on YouTube of the two boys and the same principal from the show making a video about dancing appropriately.
Two people, kind of grinding each other's body parts next to each other in a nice little motion.
Not only the two boys, but the principal too could be really good for TV.
We're done! Okay, we're done!
Okay, I think I'm getting off topic here. Sometimes students getting in trouble in school is not always the case in the show. There's one scene of a female student asking the principal for relationship guidance.
And I'd like if he was my boyfriend so I could have him all to myself. I was wondering if you had advice for how I could kind of push him along to ask me out.
There's also this student who's been a senior, for no joke at all, for 5 years and wants to come back for another year. Seriously, if he was a senior for 6 years, he would have been like 24 years old. Seniors are most likely to be 18 when they are around that age, and also graduate high school around that age. Is people over 21 not allowed in high school anymore? Now, I want to ask, what was the purpose of this show? Was this show made to teach kids not to break the school's rules and show them what lies in the scary place called the principal's office? Well, it could be the case, but I don't think they even cared and never watched it because it would later be canceled after 5 months of airing. Possibly due to low ratings because that's what most reality shows are all about. So yeah, there's not much left to say about this show. It's simple, enjoyable, it'll probably piss you off with the school's unfair rules and principal's unfair disciplinary moments. It's 2008-ish. I mean, look at this boy. He's the most 2008 looking boy I have ever seen. Now, there's no reruns airing on TV anymore, and I don't think it's available for streaming. There are only clips of the show, and that's it. The show has its own YouTube channel, as I mentioned from the beginning, but again, it's just clips. I know I said I'm not going to answer the question if the show is staged or not, but I will say this. Even if this show isn't staged, can you imagine how many students will be breaking the school rules just so they can be on TV? That would be crazy. You know, some clips also feature the students with their parents. This makes me ask another question. How are they involved in this? Yeah, I know the students and parents did sign the permission to be on TV, but why did they want to be on TV? Well, I don't care. I'm making a review, not asking questions. So, what do you guys think of this show? Leave a comment below. Also, if there are any of you former students or principals who starred in this show, I want to hear from you what's it like to be filmed and be on TV, also in the comments below. It'd be interesting to hear from you. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I thought you were going to talk about that skit you did from your other review at the end. Oh yeah, I forgot. From the first part of my other review, I decided to put on a skit about what the video is going to be about because why not? Looking back at it, it looks like something that Onision would make. I felt the jokes were a little forced, the cancer line was too much. I stole one line from Grade A Under A.
It's a word, dude. That's what you do with words. You say them.
Nah, mate, it's a word, man. That's what you do with words. You say them.
And to top it all off, annoying YouTube poop editing. So I decided I want to rewrite that skit and put it at the end of this video. It's still going to be like the first one, you know, same camera shots, but I'll have a different screenplay and less YouTube poop editing. So yeah, I don't think I have much left to say now. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review and thank you for watching. This is Death Aaron and I'm out, and enjoy the skit.
Come in.
Aaron, have a seat. So, I got a call from your teacher saying you were wearing a shirt that violates our dress code. I don't see what's wrong with it. Well, it states in our handbook that you cannot wear any shirt with that type of imagery on it unless it is part of your religion. Are you part of any satanistic organizations? This is not good. I don't know squat about Satanism, or any religion for that matter. I love this shirt so much. Just like your way to have it. Yes. Really? Are you a theistic or atheistic Satanist? Atheistic Satanism? Why are you answering as a question? Because I always answer things as questions. Next question. What do atheistic Satanists believe in? Satan. As what? As a deity? Atheistic Satanism. It's in the name. They believe in Satan as a metaphor for pride, liberty, and individualism. What? Since when you know about that stuff? I taught religion in the past. If you really were an atheistic Satanist, you'd be trolling Christians right now because that's what they've been doing since 1966. Are you trolling Christians? No. Well, you know, I would have to send you to the in-school suspension room for breaking the dress code for the rest of the day. But fortunately, we have some backup clothes for people with dress code violations. Here, try this on. No. I want to see your fat belly. Wear over that shirt. I think it looks great on you. Alright, you can go back to class. Hopefully I won't have to see you in my office again. I like Possessed too, but the kid need to be reminded about dress code.